Hello and welcome to the CTM NewsBreak, where we keep you up to date on what's happening right here in town. I'm Diane Sherritt-Steimel. A sense of relief as most pandemic-related restrictions are lifting. You do need to know, however, that masks will still be required inside school buildings, will still be mandatory for ride shares, taxis, in healthcare facilities, and in congregate care settings. Businesses will also still have the ability to require customers to wear masks. In other news, a Chelmsford group is hoping to get backyard gardeners to band together to help with food insecurity in town with a program called Grow a Row.
I thought, well, why not tap 50, 100, 200 gardeners in town that have backyard gardens for their vegetables, and see if they could set aside a small amount of their property, their land, for growing a row or a couple of hills of squash or whatever, cucumbers. We can actually alleviate at least the food insecurity for fresh vegetables during the late summer and fall months. And knowing how many people we would be affecting, including the Table of Plenty, the Food Bank, and the Chelmsford Housing Authority residences, I thought, well, we've got at least 500 families in town that we're trying to encourage. So Jen Melanson is setting up a new shed in the back of Town Hall, and it'll be close to the Chelmsford Food Pantry, and we're going to be collecting food there. We haven't fully designed the receiving program, but what we're thinking of now is for an hour or two a day, perhaps 5 days a week, we're going to be collecting food there, and then we will be dispersing it to those 3 different audiences or organizations that need the food.
If you'd like to help, you can go to the Chelmsford Grow a Row page on Facebook and sign up. It's a chore that many of us would love to put off, and now there's a good reason not to mow the lawn. No Mow May is a movement that asks people to wait before busting out those lawn mowers. Mowing less often, or maybe planting wildflowers in place of a grass patch, helps pollinators and biodiversity. And finally, the Chelmsford Climate Action Team is submitting a petition at the Springtown meeting to encourage the town to draft a plan to achieve net zero greenhouse gas emissions by 2050.
Taking advantage of solar programs and charging programs and so forth. But really, as we go about our daily business, the town is still emitting. All of its buildings are emitting, and most of its vehicles are emitting too. So we haven't really started to address those yet. We don't know what our emissions are right now. We have to find out and total up what our emissions are now to figure out what we have to do to make zero emissions by 2050. And then we have to come up with a plan that hopefully will involve all sectors of the town to decide how we're going to do this, how we're going to get to net zero by 2050. I'm pretty sure that the town buildings are not heat pump buildings, heat pump heated. We probably don't have very many of the fleet that the town owns that are electric vehicles. And so those are 2 places to start. It's not complicated. We're not offering a plan for people to vote on. All we're saying is that we need to get started. So that's the choice we have. Do we want to plan for something that's going to happen? The transition from where we are now to zero emissions, or do we want to stay on the sidelines and just let happen whatever's going to happen?
Thanks for watching the CTM NewsBreak, brought to you by Chelmsford Telemedia. If you have news we can use, contact us at newsbreak@chelmsfordtv.org. I'm Diane Sherritt-Steimel.